quick run to the corner store. Now you tell me, what the heck does grab a leaf have to do with COVID-19? Now I'm just gonna put down some of this black cow manure. And then some topsoil. And now for some mulch.
Ganja smoking, we got rum in me cup. Bad girls wind up on the dance floor. All the girls wind up on the dance floor.
Daddy, you look very busy, so we're gonna head back.
He's down here on my scallion. And I just want to make sure that these guys are sitting upright. And I just want to make sure that this mulch are not sitting at the roots. You don't want the mulch sitting at the roots. What happens is that as that mulch is breaking down, it gets very hot. And because as that mulch is breaking down, it gets very hot. And that's not going to be good for the roots of your plants. So you want the mulch there to cover the ground, but at the same time, you don't want your mulch burying the roots or strangling your roots because they get really hot. So a couple of quick tips about this mulch. First of all, try not to move it when it's wet. Trust me, that stuff is heavy, hard to move. Secondly, when you're laying mulch in the garden, you don't want the mulch around the root of the plant. What you actually want is you want the mulch to cover the ground, but right around the root, you want to clear it away from the actual root because it's going to get hot. Because the mulch does get hot as part of its breaking down process. So you definitely don't want that in contact with the actual roots of your crops. And don't forget, if you're getting any benefit from the video, do me a favor, smash the like button, and don't forget, and if you haven't subscribed, great. So now we got a lot more plants in the room. We got rid of the olds, and now it's time to bring in some new. You see how with the mulch, what you want is you want the mulch. We have the mulch all the way around, but no mulch on the actual root of the plant. So we go from something looking like that to something looking like this. And now we have plenty more room to plant new crops. Now there's a couple of things I promised you I would get to by the end of the video, so let's get into it. So for the aphids, any bright yellow plastic, some tape, Vaseline, and some type of stake like this plastic piece of, pipe behind me. So all I did was cut a piece of the plastic, taped it to the plastic pole, and coated it with the Vaseline. Now, theoretically what will happen is the aphids are attracted to the bright yellow. So rather than going towards the plants, they'll go towards the bright yellow, get stuck, and die. Simple fix. I'll put these pieces all over the yard. I'll put some on the fence. I'll put these all over the yard. I'll put these all over the garden. Remember, and if you're getting any kind of benefit from the video, hit the like button for me. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do so. What it does is it helps the algorithm to put the video in front of more like-minded people. And I really appreciate that. Now, as far as the horned tomato worms, the best thing that you can possibly do, I've got aphids over here too. See, I've got aphids on the tomatoes too. But the best thing, as far as those horned tomato worms, horned tomato killers as I like to call them, what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to inspect your leaves. In the daytime, the height of the day, they're gonna be hiding underneath the bottom of the leaf. So you wanna look towards the bottom of the leaves in the middle of the day. And at dawn and dusk, you can look towards the top of the leaves because they come out. They start off real tiny, but towards the end of their life, they'll go out, they grow, and towards the end of their life, toward the end of the lifespan, they'll go ahead and eat everything they'll eat your whole tomato plant. So you want to be careful of these guys. And what you could do is introduce beneficial insects like ladybugs and things like that. Ladybugs are perfect enemies of horned tomato worms. So you can introduce, and they won't hurt your crop. So, and they're beautiful to look at. So things like ladybugs, you want to introduce if you're growing tomatoes. I didn't, but that you want to do early stages. Right now it's a bit late for that. I'm going to introduce them now for next year. You definitely want to introduce things like ladybug into your garden early in the process. All right, so there you have it. And if you don't take anything from the video, do me a favor and take the fact that you don't give up. Just because things don't go the way you planned on it, start over, start afresh. Get rid of the old, in with the new. It's okay. It's nothing wrong with starting over. That's just sometimes that's a part of life. Certain things we can't control. Don't stress out about the things that you can't control. Just make some adjustments and do what you can about the things that you can control. Just to recap, the garden wasn't doing well because of neglect. We came in and we did some cleaning up. In the process, we found out a couple of the reasons that the garden wasn't doing so well. We have aphids, we have aphids to deal with, and we have the horned tomato worms to deal with, amongst other things. So we came in, got rid of all the dead and dying crops. We got rid of all the leaves and the weeds. We added some cow manure for fertilizer. We also added topsoil. Then we came in and put mulch. On top of everything. Then we went and did some research on what we can do about the aphids and the horned tomato worms. We brought that to you. And now it's time for me to go spend some time with my little lady and some mangoes. Listen, as always, thank you for watching. I really appreciate you. And I'm gonna say it again, if you got any kind of value from the video, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Hey, don't hesitate to share the video with a friend. And if you are a subscriber, don't forget, I am your #1 fan. Thanks for watching another episode of Urban Country Living. I'll see you on the next one. Love you. Hey, don't forget, turn on your notification bell.